Friday the 13th, bad things happened on the 13th in the past. Friday the 13th.
Meet the robotic baby spy gorilla.
A warning. Everyone must stay back. Can our spy win him over too? They await the silverback's decision. Until then, there's a line no one can cross. His arm, a barrier between them and the newcomer. To show respect, our spy averts his gaze. Decision made. Spy gorilla can stay. Everyone can relax once more. In adults, chest beating is a show of power. For youngsters, it's an invitation to play. But games easily get out of hand. Oops. His look says it all. Best pretend it never happened. But it's not the end for our spy. He lives to film another day.
Meet the robotic baby spy.
What are you? What are you doing in my house? What are you? It's a furry!
This thing is so weird. Can you understand me? What?
What? He predicted 3 world wars. The First World War, he said, must be brought about, and I'm quoting from Albert Pike. The First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the czars in Russia and of making that country a fortress of atheistic communism. The divergences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the British and German empires will be used to foment this war. He says, quote, the Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism will be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. He's now thinking about this Third World War, and it says that it will be caused by the differences between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the State of Israel, mutually destroy each other. That's what it says. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic exhaustion.
Means that you can't get the economies in these areas going because it holds things back so much. Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes. I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience. Those mosquitoes are not infected, but means that you can't get the economies in these areas going because it holds things back so much. Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes. I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience. Those mosquitoes are not infected, but
now you know what I'm here for. Some motherfucking petrified giants. Dog. That look alike another motherfucking ape. Big facts. Some kind of animal, titan or something. Look at that shit. I don't give a damn what you say. That motherfucker petrified. If the rocks weren't alive, explain that shit right there. Allergies a little fucked up. But that shit look exactly the same. That's petrified. That motherfucker look like a petrified dragon or some shit. Dinosaur or some shit. Look at that woman, guy, whatever. It's a woman. Climbing the head of that motherfucker. You brave, lady. Ain't no telling when that motherfucker coming back alive. Look at that. That's a petrified animal right there. You can see the teeth on that motherfucker. Ain't no way in hell. There's some scary shit out here in this world, man. Keep your eyes open. That's a petrified giant. You clearly can see that that's a giant laying down. See the fucking head peeking right there, the arm, the breastplate, stomach, legs. That's a petrified titan right there. Look like that motherfucker was asleep when it happened though. Was knocked the fuck out, snoring like a motherfucker. Snore probably loud as shit. Next thing you know, boom, flash, petrified. Damn. petrified foot. Big ass one. See the little hole inside of it? Right there where the ankle meet up at? Yep. That's a foot right there. I don't give a damn what you say. And it ain't no damn sculpture either. Look at that big ass footprint. A giant footprint. Still there to this day. Look at the size of that guy next to it. I'm telling you, that's why we had cavemen. They ain't about to get stumped on by one of these motherfuckers. Big facts. That's a face right there. Big ass petrified face. Clear as day. That ain't erosion. I don't give a fuck what you say. Look at that right there. That's an iguana, some shit, lizard, Komodo dragon, chameleon. One of the motherfuckers is petrified. Big facts. Motherfucker done found a head in the dirt. Some kind of ugly ass animal. I don't know what one it is. I don't know what it is. Kind of got look like a bear. I don't know. All I do know is that motherfucker petrified. What's that? Because to me that looked like a big ass dog. Some kind of four-legged mammal. Right there. Petrified. That's a fact. Big ass heads. Look at that little boy. He probably don't even want to take that picture. Parents probably told him, hey Billy, go up there by the head so we can take a picture of you. Send it to your grandma while on vacation. He don't want to do that shit. And I don't blame him. Because if I was a kid, I'd be like, no. I'm afraid. Damn. See, the shit that look like this just keep popping up all over. Little reptilian looking motherfucker. Petrified reptilian. Damn. I'm glad you petrified though. That's a fact. Damn. That's an ugly motherfucker right there. Petrified ugly motherfucker. Look at the teeth. Motherfucker look like, what's that one movie called? Wrong Turn. That's what the fuck your teeth look like. Then it's taking a bunch of turns. Now my shit crooked as a motherfucker too in the bottom. And I need to go get my shit fixed, but damn. Woo. That's fucked up right there. I ain't the smartest man in the world. Like somebody was having some type of sexual activity. Then got petrified. That's fucked up. Imagine about to get one off. And it felt good as a motherfucker. Then right before you about to, boom, petrified. That's fucked up. That's real fucked up. But these petrified motherfuckers are all over the planet. Everywhere. That's right. I am 23 weight. And one day, we might be petrified. Peace. You know what time it is. Boom. Petrified. I turn my head to the side. This fucking rock got the same facial structure as I fucking do. Boom. Petrified being. You see that? How was that face formed, sir? Ma'am? That's the face inside of that rock. Petrified. Now that could be a sculpture, because it kind of looked like the Sphinx head without a shit on it. But that also could be a petrified being. From the reset. One of the great resets, that is, because there were many of them. That's a big old Planet of the Apes looking motherfucker right there. Sitting down was relaxing, minding his own business, then boom, petrified. So there's so many of these titans all over the world. I just keep finding them. I just keep finding them and giving them to y'all. Look at that. You see it? I see eyes, I see nose, I see an open mouth. A big ass little ear right there. Petrified being. Now this one right here is scary as a motherfucker. I don't know what this thing was prior to it being petrified, but that shit couldn't have been nothing that was a happy person. Look at the mouth on that motherfucker. Petrified. What do we have here? Another face in a mountain. Whole eyes, nose, lips, right there in plain sight. Can't make this shit up. Look like an old little grizzly bear of some sort. Got petrified. Yeah, they had big ass animals too. Pets. Yeah. Big as fuck. Petrified. Look at that big ass skull. That shit's crazy. Inside the ground. Man. They had to been doing some pretty fucked up shit for God to be like, you know what, it's time to take their ass out. That looking like a hand of some sort. At least that's what I think it is. And that guy in the picture, he know that shit ain't normal. That's why he took a picture with it. Come on, man. Wake the fuck up. You see where it's from? Praying hands of a giant in Garden of the Gods, Colorado. All over the world. Motherfucker about to eat the moon, ain't it? That motherfucker's scary right there. Look where the eyes and the nose are portioned at, and look at the lips. Now, I'll tell you, when you turn the camera sideways and you look at these mountains, a lot of these motherfuckers look like a face. I just came back from the Smoky Mountains, Tennessee. And let me just tell you, I looked at every mountain a little bit fucking different. Look at that guy standing next to that big ass face. He just minding his own business. He probably don't even realize what the fuck he's standing next to. But the person who took the picture probably do. Now, let me get a shot of this big ass head. That's an ugly motherfucker right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm glad I wasn't around when they was walking the earth. That's probably why they had cavemen. Motherfucker said, you know what? I'm just gonna live in this cave. Cause there's some big crazy looking shit outside of this motherfucker. Big facts. Well, whoop-de-doo, there we go. Another motherfucking elephant. Another one. Yeah, like he was trying to hide behind some shit. Like, oh shit, something about to happen. It's coming. It ain't help. It ain't saved not a damn thing. Cause your ass got petrified. Now, some people might be in disbelief, but I'm gonna keep on putting these videos out because there's a lot of shit that is hidden from us. Now, I don't know what reset these beings came from, but it was one of them, and there was a lot of them. Tartaria got hit with a reset, but these titans are way before that. So, do some more research yourself, and you will find everything that you seek out to look for. I am 23 Wake, and that look-alike a fucking giant. Peace. You know what time it is. Boom. Petrified. Now this petrified being here was probably like, oh shit, it's a wrap. It's over. And flash, boom. Petrified. Now I keep seeing these little things pop up. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's something. And it was carrying something on its back. And then it got petrified. Big facts. Now this was in Spain. Somebody took that picture and was like, oh, what's that? That's not regular. That's a motherfucking face. Fuck that, that's a head. And look at the hole in it. what if their ears were on some different shit in this being? I don't want to hear that motherfucking bad. Them motherfucking hear everything around the world. Big facts. What do you know? Another motherfucking snake. Right there. That motherfucker probably was about to bite something or something. Then they saw that flash and that sparkle. Then a big boom. What's interesting to me is that there's a lot of people who take these photos, but you don't really see or hear from the motherfucker. It's like people who talk about, or who used to talk about this, were silenced like a motherfucker. And I probably the only reason why they don't be silenced with my shit, because I'm funny as a motherfucker. Because look at that shit. I don't know what that is, but it's something. Motherfucker then found a chopped off, petrified hand and took a picture with it. Thank you, sir. Because I would have never got this if it wasn't for the person taking that photo. That is, for a fact, a big ass hand. Big facts. That's a big ass Godzilla looking motherfucker right there. Man, I'm glad I wasn't around back then. Cause ain't no motherfucking way. Ain't no motherfucking way. Oh, what do you know? 2 motherfucking elephants again. And I just keep finding elephants. There was a lot of these motherfuckers, I'm telling you. And look, there go another person. Right there. He's like, this ain't regular. Cause it motherfucking ain't. Now, I just noticed this, but this motherfucker got a few heads. There's one right there in the middle. Then there's one off to the side. I can see that one off to the side. Yeah. Sad, buddy. The guy had to take your ass out the game. First off, I'm gonna have to pause the next 3 pictures. If you don't know what it means when a brother say pause, you about to find out right now. Okay? That looking like a dick. I am not the smartest man in the world, but that looking like a dick. A motherfucker had a hard on and boom, got petrified, and they still hard to this day. Pause. That looking like another dick. So you mean tell me there ain't no dick? Pause. That's what the fuck that is. I don't give a fuck what you say. There ain't no pillar. Who the fuck make a pillar to look like that? That's a dick. Now let's get into this motherfucking meat crystals. Dog. That's flesh right there. I don't give a damn what they tell us it is. That shit came from a mountain. That was inside of the mountain. That's what it looked like. That's motherfucking flesh. That's a fact. Now, friends, that's a rock, right? That's what it's supposed to be. But motherfucker, that's petrified flesh. The inside of it. Facts. This ain't rock either. I don't give a damn what you say. That's petrified meat. Look just like some shit you got out the grocery store. Disgusting. It's supposed to be a rock. Motherfucker, that look like a little ass pork chop. Look at that shit. That look like a pork chop. Does that not look like the muscular system? When you look at the pictures and shit they told us in science class, that what the fuck that look like. That ain't just no motherfucking rock. On your right, picture of a steak. On your left, a rock. And they done smooth the motherfucker out so they ain't got the ridges. Look at the similarities. Come the fuck on, man. That shit look like pork. Facts. So, I don't give a damn what nobody say. Because I believe in my fucking vision. Now, sometimes we be wrong about some shit. But I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker is not real. Because that ain't a real rock. That's some motherfucking meat. And I am 23 awake. Boom. Petrified. Peace.
If y'all have not heard, the U.S. announced they're sending conventional depleted uranium rounds to Ukraine. Whoever is in Washington that made this move has lost their goddamn mind. Then they go along to say, oh yeah, it's just uranium. It's not hurting anybody. But let's think about it. What else uses uranium? All nuclear power plants uses nuclear fusion. And most power plants use uranium atoms. Russia responded by saying it's inhumane to be using depleted uranium shells in Ukraine. They was telling them these are the side effects of the uranium ammunition. Putin just had a meeting and said he will respond to this accordingly. Whatever the fuck that means. Putin has already been saying he ready for this shit. I don't know why I keep trying to fuck around and find out. I'm so serious, like I'm finna have to get the fuck out of America.
The 3 countries where World War III could begin. Number 3, Israel. The ongoing conflict between Hamas and Israel has both regional and global implications. If these tensions aren't managed correctly, they could pose threats not just to the region, but to world peace. The US and Iran, known adversaries, play significant roles in this standoff, each backing a different side. Iran has been providing political and military support to Hamas for years, while the US maintains a strategic partnership with Israel. Number 2, Russia. The war between Ukraine and Russia raises concerns about the potential for a broader conflict. Western nations are closely watching this situation, ready to step in if it escalates. The European Union's Foreign Affairs Chief, Joseph Borrell, even stated, any nuclear attack by Russia on Ukraine would prompt a military response from the West. Before revealing the number 1, remember to subscribe and like the video. Number 1, North Korea. North Korea is an enigma. It's a struggling, impoverished country with virtually no allies. Being a hostile state, its possession of nuclear weapons makes it a tough nut to crack. With little to lose, North Korea seems even more likely to use their nuclear arsenal compared to other nations. So do you think the US could get involved in any of these conflicts? Which one? Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe.
On today's episode of What the Heck is Happening to This World, we got this video that is going viral on the internet. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
What the
Exposure to the pesticide, please. Go indoors immediately until the trucks have passed. The city is applying pesticides to reduce the threat of the West Nile virus.
This is a creepy.
Exposure to the pesticide, please. Go indoors.
Look at this. What the It's going right through my window.
You know, people trust government to think through these eventual bad things. This was a failure to get ready, and the cost would have been tiny compared to, say, what we spend on being ready for war. We didn't actually do the simulation to think a lot faster. So we, we'll have to prepare for the next one. That, I'd say is will get attention this time.
This dog. It's named Bunny the dog, and the dog was given a bunch of buttons. If you press a series of the buttons, you can actually formulate a sentence. And the dog started to use and learn English through these buttons that it's pressing, to the point where the dog is actually having an incredible existential crisis right now, where it's looking in the mirror and it doesn't understand why it's a dog. It thinks and wants to be a human being, to the point where owner, as I guess, put Bunny, this dog, on antidepressants because the dog will just stare in the mirror. It will constantly ask her, why dog? Why am I a dog?
Dog, why? I don't know how to answer that. Because Bunny dog.
This
They are preparing for World War III. Elementary and high schools in Russia have started doing radiation mask training and active nuclear strike drills this month. Bunkers that were built during the Cold War that have since been abandoned are being reactivated. Construction crews were brought in to prepare them for use, and military personnel were seen outfitting them with weapons and supplies. Emergency response units such as the EMT are training with dogs and gas masks to simulate what they need to do after a nuclear strike, and firefighters are training to decontaminate cars and put out radioactive fires. Loud nuke incoming sirens have been set up in all major population centers and sounded off in drills. Putin has put nuclear forces on maximum readiness, with missiles ready to launch at a moment's notice. He has previously threatened to use nuclear weapons at the start of the Ukrainian war, but never did. However, the country's current emphasis on training their people for nuclear war is a worrying shift. They are preparing for World War III. Elementary and high schools in Russia have started.
This will make you question reality. Here's more proof that we switched timelines. This is part 3. What brand do you think of when you see these pizza rolls? Yeah, I'll give you a minute. Now, if you're from my timeline, you would have said Tostinos. It's Totino's. Where did the S go? And you guys know Jordan sneakers, right? The logo always had shorts, but supposedly it's always been pants? How does that even make sense? Who plays ball in pants? And wasn't the Mississippi River the longest river in the US? Well, supposedly it's the Missouri River. And we all know the song, We Are the Champions. We all remember the ending of the song, he goes, we are the champions of the world. But that's not the ending lyrics. It just ends with, we are the champions. By the way, comment down below, what's a better fruit? Watermelon or pineapple? Let's see who wins this war. And I know I am not tripping. Y'all cannot tell me that the Energizer Bunny has had its battery on its leg the whole time. I kid you not, it's always been on its back.
If you're in this situation, well, I can't do anything for you. You're really in trouble, like completely. Let me explain for a moment. I don't really know what this thing is, but it's blind, and it relies on sound. If you make any noise, it'll catch you. Well, I'll leave you with the video. I advise you not to watch the rest. It's not for the faint-hearted. If you're still here, don't forget that I can only protect my subscribers who have commented and shared the video. By the way, if you press share and then WhatsApp, the third person who appears is scared of you.
In the 1970s, the government has been replacing birds with bird drones to spy on us. There is a staggering amount of evidence to support this, and by the end of this documentary, you will also be convinced that birds aren't real. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Ever? You probably haven't because they don't exist. But if they did exist, surely someone has seen a baby pigeon, right? So we decided to go to the streets to find out for ourselves. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No.
Have any of you seen a baby pigeon, ever?
No, I don't think so.
I have not, no.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Actually, I haven't. That is kind of sketchy now that I think about it.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No, I have not. You know, I've wondered about that too.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon before?
I don't think I have, actually.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Yes, I have, yeah. In Bangkok. On my porch. On the balcony.
Do you by chance work for the government?
Yes, I do.
Coincidence? But that's not the only unsettling question. In fact, there are a whole slew of questions that don't seem to have any answers. For example, have you ever been successful at touching a wild bird? Of course you haven't. Every time you go up to touch one,
we have not established. But with EVPs, with other proof, we've established pretty well, I think, that indeed there is some continuation following physical death. Ghosts would be certainly one mainline piece of proof of that continuation. So if you have a good ghost story, here we are. Now, if you're west of the Rockies, the number to call is 1-800-618-8255. 1-800-618-8255. East of the Rockies, 1-800-825-5033. Remember, I will answer the phone, so it is up to you to have your radio turned all the way down right away as soon as you hear me answer. First-time callers, area code 818-501-4721. Area code 818-501-4721. Wildcard lines, we've got several of those. Pretty good chance to get through at area code 818-501-4109. 818-501-4109. Outside the country, the international line, call up your operator, have her connect you no matter where you are in the world to our toll-free international line, which is 1-800-893-0903. 1-800-893-0903. In a moment, Ghost to Ghost AM. Let's begin with something Kathy sent in from Springfield, Illinois. Art, let me preface this by saying my grandfather and I had always been very close. I know he would never have let any harm come to me in any way. My grandfather passed away in February of 1978. He had a heart attack in the bathroom of his home at about 3 in the morning. My grandmother was home alone. We took turns staying with her after the funeral. About 3 weeks later, I was reading on the bed in the spare bedroom. Something caused me to look up. Coming out of the wall was what looked like my grandfather. He was transparent. You could see right through him, but he still had form. Words can never express how horrible he looked. He looked like he had dug his own way out of the grave. He had on a pinstripe suit, the one he was buried in. He had what appeared to be Spanish moss dripping from him. I live in Springfield, Illinois. Believe me, we don't have Spanish moss around here. I began to scream and get off the bed to run when he suddenly disappeared. Now, I didn't tell anybody because I was afraid people think I was crazy. This would be the end of the story, but 20 years ago, I found out my son had seen the same identical apparition. As close as we can estimate it, it was about 3 months later, and in the front bedroom of our house, other family members have seen dark forms standing over the bathroom sink doors and lights that turn on and off, and all this for no apparent reason. We're now 58 and 40, respectively, and we'll never forget the sight. Was it a ghost? A demon? I'll never know, but I know we saw it. I believe. And, of course, that's what happens after you see for yourself. You believe. Let's go to the first-time caller line and say good morning. You have arrived at Ghost to Ghost as number 1.
Hi, Art. How are you doing?
Very well indeed, thank you.
I am so glad to talk to you. I racked my brain for a ghost story, and I couldn't think of it. What I really want to ask you...
Oh, no, this is ghost stories only, dear. If you don't have a ghost story, you shouldn't be calling.
I know, but I wanted to ask your AOL.com so I could get a picture of you and your family.
All right. Well, there's a picture of our family on the website right now, and that would be coasttocoastam.com. Now, you see, the very first call was a violation of the rules. Ghost stories only. Ghost stories only. Now, I'm trusting in you tonight because this is all unscreened. I'm just putting you on the air. Now, if something is said that shouldn't go on the air, I can certainly eliminate it, but this is unscreened. That means it's the honor system. So ghost stories only. West of the Rockies, you are on the air. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Raul. I'm
Yes, sir.
from Tacoma, Washington.
All right.
I'm going to just tell you a real quick story. Probably I'd say it's about 20 years ago, I was living with this friend of mine in this duplex, and just out of the blue, all of a sudden, I started getting all these scratches on my like soft parts of my body, like underneath my legs where my calves are.
Big wide scratches or like cat scratches or?
It looked like there was at least always 4 like raked. So it looked like I was getting raked on my back by, my friends would joke and laugh. Hey, what did your girlfriend, making jokes like that. And I was saying, hey, I don't know what I'm getting here, And then my dad, being in the medical field, he says, well, it's probably just some, psoriasis or something like that. And I was thinking, well, I don't, and then I caught what kind of made me think more about it. I saw like this show with like Spock on it. It was kind of like, that's what was the only thing back in the 80s, that was like about paranormal stuff.
Were these like human scratches? I mean, like nails, human nails, or what?
Yeah, it was like nail scratches, just like, and then they would almost pop up almost to the point where it would almost blood would but then they would go away.
Did you ever feel it when it happened?
Just very, very, very vaguely. Very, very vaguely.
Was this occurring when you were asleep, or?
It could just occur at any time. We could just be sitting there at that time, in the early 80s, we were sitting there watching some MTV or something, just sitting around hanging out, and all of a sudden I'd just say, hey, look, guys, and I'd pull down my shirt, and then right behind my neck is these rake marks, and then it caught my, like I say, that show, was with that narrator, and they showed the same similar incident to this guy that was just in like Boston, and
So how did it resolve? Did it just go away, or what?
Finally, when we moved from that duplex, it just went away.
The Kidmen have managed to create the world's first truly global empire, and it's basically a secret empire. We do it many ways, but principally, we identify a country that has resources our corporations covet, like oil, arrange a huge loan to that country from the World Bank or one of its sisters. The money never actually goes to the country, it goes to our own corporations to build big infrastructure projects in that country that help a few very wealthy people, but don't benefit the majority of the people who are too poor to buy electricity or have cars to drive on the highways, and yet they're left holding a huge debt that they can't repay. So we go back at some point and say, you can't pay your debts. Give us a pound of flesh, sell your oil real cheap to our oil companies. Vote with us on the next critical UN vote. Allow us to build a military base in your backyard. Something along these lines. And when we fail, the jackals go in and either overthrow or assassinate these leaders. And if the jackals fail, as they did in Iraq, then we send in the military. I don't think the failure is capitalism. I think it's a specific kind of capitalism that we've developed. We've created what I consider a mutant, viral form of capitalism. And this mutant form of capitalism, which I think is really a predatory form of capitalism, has created an extremely unstable, unsustainable, unjust, and very, very dangerous world. I've met a lot of terrorists. I've interviewed them for books. I've never met one who wanted to be a terrorist. They're desperate people. If we want to get rid of terrorism, we must get rid of the root causes, that cancer that is destroying our whole system. Because I think it's really important that we understand today we cannot have homeland security unless we understand that the whole planet is our homeland.
It's an emergency broadcast for the people of the United Kingdom. Our nation is under attack. A small select group of globalists at the World Economic Forum, led by Klaus Schwab, has infiltrated our cabinets with the intention of destroying our democracy, removing our human rights, our constitution, and our rule of law, and then implementing a tyrannical system of control. Some MPs at the highest levels of our government and police force are now compromised and are wanted of treason, crimes against humanity, democide, and misconduct in public office. Most of our mainstream media are also compromised and complicit in these crimes, and are involved in one of the largest cover-ups in history. Please proceed with caution. Do not panic. Do not comply with any rule, act, statute, or piece of government legislation that violates any of your basic human rights. These include the right to assembly, the right to practice lawful dissent, the right to protest and hold government to account, the right to free speech, the freedom of thought and expression, the right to move freely. We are now on a war footing. Please remain calm. Since Since March of 2020, large pockets of resistance have been formed throughout the country, and our numbers are growing. To join us, please scan the QR codes on the leaflets provided.
Watch this with me. He got the chicken wing. He is about to put it under the microscope. Okay. Now examine it. What the fuck was that? Now you finna dissect it. Yeah, and make a little incision. Now he finna peel it back. Yeah, he finna peel it back. He collecting the sample right here. Now he finna put that under a microscope. What the fuck is that? Okay, so now the hot dog is next. The hot dog is next. The hot dog should already be processed, right? What the fuck is that? Is that a parasite egg? Okay, so he catching the sample. Oh, he adding water to it. Okay. Come on, bro. Okay, so where should I start? If you are still eating meat, please clean your meat. Do you see how much bacteria lives on the meat that we get at the store that's inside of the cans, inside of the processed food? And then I'm already knowing it's gonna be people in the comments. Yeah, we supposed to be eating meat. Anything that you put inside of your body, you should be able to go in nature, grab it, and eat it. You don't see lions cooking their meat, nor do you see bears cooking their meat, or any other creature that's supposed to be eating meat. Yeah, I think this one did it for me. I already wasn't planning on eating meat, but now that just solidified it. Let me know what y'all think about this one in the comments. Follow me for more wisdom. Hit that plus button and stay tuned for more. And we almost at 20K. So if you ain't following me, join the family.
What's happening with all these train wrecks all over the world in 2023?
Yeah, all of this happened yesterday when two passenger trains collided with a parked freight train, and that left just a tangled mess. John Fanilio is tracking the story. He joins us live in the news center tonight. John?
Corrine Rick, such a terrible tragedy. We've learned that two of those trains were packed with passengers when the crash occurred.
White line train hitting a car on the tracks in North Miami.
Local 10's Cody Weidel joins us live from the scene with the very latest. Cody.
And Calvin and Eden crews have since cleared that car from the tracks here. I'll step out of the way so you can see where this happened. We've been watching as crews have been working to readjust these crossings.
Get the wreck cleaned up and get that line back open as locals wonder how this all happened. David Owasik has more.
17 cars off the tracks early this morning, about 20 minutes east of the city near Y Road and Range Road 214. CN.
TikTok, this video is for educational purposes only. Hey y'all, you know what time it is. Boom! Petrified. That's an ugly motherfucker right there. I'm sorry. Just is. Dog. Petrified. This one also is ugly as a motherfucker. Little smushed in, petrified face. If y'all don't believe this shit, I don't know what to tell you. I done gave you so much proof of petrified beings. Damn! Petrified. Uh-huh. That motherfucker looking like an alien. Looking like a reptilian. Looking like you're petrified. Yep, there go another one. I don't think that's a petrified giant. I think that's from the mud flood, or whatever technology they used on Maui, melted all that shit up. That's what it looking like to me. That's an ugly motherfucker right there, too. Motherfucker got a nose like Matthew McConaughey. Look at the look. Somebody found a little piece of a face hidden on the ground with the grass. And you can see that motherfucker. Eyes, nose, mouth. That's legit right there. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't know what. That's some big ass eye sockets. That right there look crazy as a motherfucker. Petrified. Ain't this thing called Yo Gabba Gabba or some shit? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what the name of that Star. Ain't that Star Wars character? I don't fucking know. But motherfucker, you look like it. Looked like that. Yeah, they got that story, that character from somewhere, and I'm sure that's what the fuck they got it from. Cause damn, petrified. Petrified giant statue or not, why the fuck is that there? We don't look like that. So if it's a statue, who the fuck would they create? Cause what the fuck is that? It looking like a reptilian. That's what it looking like. Damn, Mufasa. That's some wild shit right there. Petrified. Lion. Or Lyran. Could it be? I don't know. Look at that. That shit kind of like them big ass heads they found. Then they realized it was, them heads went way underground because of a mud flood. That's what the fuck that looked like. I'm telling you, this shit go hand in hand with me. The mud floods, the petrified giants, that just tells us that there's a lot of resets. Isis Wisdom, if you don't know who that is, look her up. She said there's been like 7 of them motherfuckers. And I believe her. I believe her. Look at that. Petrified something. I don't know what it is. It could be a bird. Sure as hell ain't no plane. But it's something. You know, another elephant. Nothing. Just another elephant. Another petrified elephant. That's, see, at the top is the original. And the bottom is what they did to make you, so you can see what they seeing. They seeing is a dragon of some sort. Then when they put the shit on it, like, yo, see, this is how I can tell that this is a motherfucking dragon. This is what it probably looked like before it was petrified. And you know what, motherfucker? I believe that. That's what I believe it. What's that? Petrified being. Yep, that's what that is right there. Big ass, sad, petrified face. That's what it is. I can see it. Can you see it? I see that motherfucker right there. They literally call this motherfucker Snake Rock. Rock formation, my ass. Motherfucker, that's a petrified snake. I don't give a fuck what you say. This video was for educational purposes, TikTok. I don't give a damn what you say. That's what it's for. Don't delete my shit. Peace.
This is for entertainment purposes only. Jordan River has finally dried up and this has emerged. I'm just letting it be known. This is entertainment. What is this? This is a petrified giant head. Look how big it is compared to the man that's standing next to it. This is another petrified giant head that has emerged through this dry Jordan River. Another one that has emerged from the drying of the Jordan River. Nephilim are the petrified Nephilim giants. This is the age of Aquarius. I keep telling y'all finna start seeing some crazy shit. But yeah, we have giants at the bottom of the Jordan River. Let me know what y'all think about gargantuan giant heads emerging up under the dried up Jordan River in the comments. Like and follow me for more wisdom and stay tuned.
This is why you can't go snooping around. This man claimed to have found a giant, and then the CIA found him. Andrew Dawson filmed this on top of Jasper National Park in Alberta, Canada. He thought there was a giant there. It gained a lot of traction online, so he tried to get closer and find the creature, but in the process he claimed that he was stopped and harassed by the CIA. He stops posting for over a month, then he posts this video. It was really weird. All of the viewers were like, this seems forced. A month and a half later, after no posting, he dies. There's so much evidence about giants existing throughout history. The Smithsonian even tried to cover this up. This is like a whole thing. The government doesn't want us to know that giants are real, but there's so much evidence pointing to that they might be real. It's like they've tried to rewrite history and take giants out of it, but then if you look at historical artifacts and documents, giants are mentioned. They're mentioned in the Bible. They're mentioned in all sorts of different cultures from different places in the world that aren't connected to each other. Everyone believed in giants. If you want me to make a whole video talking about it, let me know, and follow my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for more. It really helps when you interact.
Pay attention. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but the Nephilims is getting ready, bro. I don't give a fuck how old this video is. Do you see this big ass giant doing push-ups on the mountain, preparing for Armageddon? And TikTok, this just for entertainment purposes only. Like, he dead ass out there training. What is you training for, my boy? They really training to go to war with them high vibrational beings. I know it's gonna take a lot of training. Shit, that don't do nothing but make me train even harder. You feel me? Like I said, bro, this shit is not a game, bro. This is end times dead ass serious, bro. Like, all bullshit aside, I hope y'all getting prepared mentally, spiritually, and physically for when this veil completely lift. Finna be seeing giants, dragons, mermaids, aliens, whatever you think that is a conspiracy. When that veil get lifted, oh, you gon' see it. But y'all know I'm just talking about some fairy tale land shit. You feel what I'm talking about? Don't take what I'm saying serious. You know, that giant on top of the mountain was just CGI. Let me know what y'all think about giants doing push-ups on mountains in the comments. Go follow me for more wisdom. Hit that plus button and stay tuned.
Taylor Swift, that's your ass. That little satanic chick on the right, that's you. And it explains everything. Got all these motherfucking followers going batshit crazy over some Taylor Swift. You Swifties. Travis Kelce better stay away from your ass. So you mean tell me y'all both so happen to be little people, and y'all both so happen to look just a fucking like, dog? That's your ass. Mr. Jon Stewart. That look like you like a motherfucker. Clear as day. Dog. Well, damn. Y'all sure do look alike. Dog. Motherfucker look just like Shakespeare. Ain't no fucking coinky-dink. Dog. You motherfuckers look just alike. Dog. Like a motherfucker. Ain't that a bitch? Motherfucker got the same haircut. A little bit. But you look a lot alike. Dog. You always look manly as a motherfucker to me. Y'all look just alike. Dog. I put this motherfucker back on here because somebody said they don't look alike. They look like the same motherfucker. Dog. 2 actors that look like the same motherfucker. Damn. 2 actors who look like the same motherfucker. Dog. This little alien reptilian bloodlines run deeper than a motherfucker. Damn. You motherfuckers look just alike. Damn. You motherfuckers related to something. Cause ain't no motherfucking way. Dog. Y'all both ugly. And y'all both look like them motherfuckers on the left. Yeah. That's y'all like a motherfucker. Look at Greta. I'm talking about the one on the right, not the one on the left. And that look like the same motherfucker. I don't give a damn what you say. Y'all look alike. Like a motherfucker. Dog. And so do you and you. And you're ugly. Ugly as a motherfucker. Look at Putin. The one on the right, not the one on the left. Y'all look like the same motherfucker. Damn. That's you. Mr. Rocky. Angela. That's you, motherfucker. Like a motherfucker. You, nope, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's the same motherfucker. You can see it clear as day. Dog. Damn. John Connor. Roseanne. That's your ass. So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Life's a joke you broke. Your love's life the old way. That's you like a motherfucker. Matthew Perry. Big facts. I'll be there for you. That's you, Ross. That's your ass. Dog. 2 celebrities. Look just a fucking like. I only got y'all 2 on here. But it's like 7 of you motherfuckers. Big facts. 2 actresses that look like the same motherfucker. 2 actresses. That reptilian DNA, boy. Stronger than a motherfucker. Again. 2 different actresses. Well, one of these motherfuckers a singer, but you know what I mean. Y'all look alike. This show is a lot of these motherfuckers. Y'all better be careful who you're playing with. They everywhere. Hidden in plain sight. Adrenochrome, reptilian DNA, shapeshifters, clones, vampires, all of the above, etc. They here and been here to this day. Yeah. Show a brother some love and give me a follow. I see y'all liking my shit, but you ain't following back. Come on now. Don't be like that. Peace. TikTok, this video is for educational purposes only. Hey y'all, you know what time it is. Boom! Petrified. I don't know what this is, but that ain't regular. I think that's a little face up there. Maybe this motherfucker was wrestling or some shit. Or he was getting fucked up by a big ass petrified animal. Whatever the fact is, or the case, all I know is that motherfucker petrified. What are those? Cause that look like some toes. Not all the toes. That motherfucker probably was disformed. Or it lost them motherfuckers or something. But that, you can see the toenail on that motherfucker. That's a foot right there. I don't give a damn what you say. What if they alive inside of that motherfucker and they just can't get out? Wouldn't you be mad as a motherfucker? Some motherfuckers taking pictures with you? Ain't that about a bitch? You just chilling. Boom, petrified. Thousands of years go by. Motherfuckers wanna Oh shit, look at that. Shh, take a picture of your ass. I don't know, he want to smack the shit out of that guy. But it is what it is, dog. That shit look creepy as a motherfucker. And that's one hell of an eyeball. Motherfucker, you got one nostril. You probably had two. Ain't no telling. Your face ain't gonna be perfect after being petrified. But damn. Sorry about your luck. I'm just glad that ain't me. Damn petrified face got a sad face at that. Well, what that motherfucker look like. That fucked up though. That one probably was asleep. So he probably ain't felt a damn thing. But can you imagine being knocked the fuck out, you sleeping? The next thing you know, you just can't move at all, like sleep paralysis? Ain't that fucked up? Now you're just dreaming, stoned like a motherfucker. Damn! That look like a motherfucking Egyptian cat. Big ass one. That might be some shit. That might not be petrified. That might be a motherfucker made that. That look Egyptian like a motherfucker. But who knows? We don't know what the fuck's real anymore. Boom! Petrified. Little turtle shell. Can't deny that shit right there. Turtle shell right there. It's right there. You can see it. Arms, look, got the head right there and shit on it. Mm-hmm. Turtle, just doing his thing, walking slow as a motherfucker. Probably didn't even see it coming. Going to go take that step, slow as hell, then boom! Petrified. Baby elephant. That's sad. That little baby elephant ain't know what the hell was going on. And then boom. Petrified. Damn! Look at this little lizard, snake, iguana looking motherfucker right here. Scales still there. And they got this shit kind of guarded. It's all by itself. I can see a fence right there. I can hop over a motherfucking fence. I'm sure whoever took this picture did the same shit. But that motherfucker petrified. That's an animal. Amphibian. Right there. If give me a thumbs up was a motherfucking person. Damn. That's a big ass petrified hand right there. I don't know what they were doing. But somebody obviously did a great job. And then they got petrified. Damn. That's a face right there. Exactly what that is. Big ass face. Petrified. Another face. Petrified. That ain't a motherfucking mountain. Dog. This video was for educational purposes. TikTok, I don't give a damn what you say. That's what it's for. Don't delete my shit. Peace.
This is why it's important to embrace your inner child. A lot of simple things we did as kids can still make you happy to this day. The problem is we grew up and forgot about it. And have you realized holidays like Christmas doesn't feel the same? It's because we left that happiness with the kid version of us and grew past it. Embracing your inner child can also help you find your purpose. And if you try doing it now, it could bring you the happiness you were looking for. Now, some people struggle with tapping into the inner child because of past trauma. Some of the bad memories you went through as a kid can stop the flow of happiness to your life. And here's how to know if you have inner child wounds. If you don't trust nobody or don't feel safe around people, that could be the trust wound. When you are aware of your inner child, that makes it 10 times easier to access it. And that's when you can start your healing process by going within and bringing that kid back out. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and follow me so you don't miss the next one. Y'all stay conscious.
Niggas is making Frankenstein fruit now. I can't make this shit up. Entertainment purposes only.
To bring food to life.
Or whatever they discovered.
There's videos where scientists, I think it's the scientist that's spearheading all this stuff is the same guy who brought us the homunculus. Well, now he has cracked science. He's been experimenting with bananas, with eggplants, with potatoes, and it's really quite marvelous. They're actually breathing entities now. Like, you can see a banana moving. It's almost like his kid. Like, the banana is partly him and partly the fruit.
That's interesting. So now
Very.
he has discovered a way to bring some type of sentience to fruits and vegetables.
Yeah. Now, we don't know if we can measure the conscious level of these fruits, but it seems like they have to have some kind of brain to be able to function, to breathe.
Are they reacting?
Yes, they are reactatory.
They react to stimuli, like if you touch it, they do something.
Yes.
Oh, so they are sentient.
Yes.
That is groundbreaking.
Yeah. It's earth-shattering.
But this because it brings a whole new spectrum to the paradigm that vegans always use. Animals are sentient. They sense pain. And so therefore we should be sensitive to that creature and not kill them and eat them just like we wouldn't a human. But if fruits and vegetables are sentient and they have senses of pain, well then clearly veganism is defeated.
Yeah, it'd be hard to eat a fruit if it's moving. You try to eat a banana, it's like moving out of the peel itself.
Could you kill it?
I'm sure you could, and I mean, this guy, one of his bananas actually escaped. He found it eventually. It was out in his yard, I guess.
Well, it's just interesting. I would, if it is proven that fruits and vegetables are sentient and they actually react to human interaction, it's over. Veganism is done. It's no different than...
I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it right there. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Because what do you mean? Now you're making the fruits and vegetables sentient. Now the fruits have a brain. How did your banana escape? Yeah, we're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. Let me know what y'all think about the sentient fruit that scientists have now discovered in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
Now the movie Sausage Party makes sense now.
You see it. The fourth kind. Yep. This movie scared the fuck out of me. No bullshit. If you believe in aliens, demons, angels, this shit right here is a must see. Hold on. Fuck that. I gotta prepare myself. Yep, your eyes ain't been fucking fooled. A motherfucker got on a tinfoil hat. Cause this shit, I ain't fucking around with. Now, Mila Jovovich played Dr. Abigail Tyler. Now you know Mila Jovovich from Resident Evil, shit like that. She always playing in some sci-fi shit, pretty much. But, that right there is the real doctor. As you can see, from all these events that I'm about to get into, she look pretty fucked up. Now, Dr. Abigail Tyler is from Nome, Alaska. She does hypnotic therapy for people when they're going through shit, blah, blah, blah. So, while she was doing all of this hypnotic therapy bullshit on the people from Nome, Alaska, motherfuckers kept saying they was having the same dreams. Same dreams of this shit right here. This motherfucking creepy owl looking through their window every motherfucking night. Now, I ain't the smartest man in the world, but don't this shit look familiar? I mean, look at that shit, man. Familiar as a motherfucker. But wait, there's more. Check this shit out. An owl on a dollar bill. A motherfucking alien on the dollar bill. Anyway, Dr. Abigail Tyler was doing all this shit and was finding out a bunch of bullshit about motherfucking aliens. Dog. Now, this fella right here, every time she would go do hypnosis on one of these motherfuckers, weird shit like this would happen. They'll start to seize up, look like they having a fucking exorcism or some shit. I mean, I'm not bullshit. On that side, the left, that's from movie footage. But on the fucking right side, that's literal real fucking footage, dog. Now, that was her talking to the alien demon looking thing about getting her daughter back because she got abducted, I mean. And they had real footage of that too, side by side with the movie footage. That shit happened. And that was also real footage you saw. That was her. And that alien was talking in Sumerian, which is also fucking interesting. I'm telling you, if you got the guts to watch this shit, by any means, go ahead. Do your thing, player. But me, no more, buddy. No more. Peace.
We'd just like to ask you about why you don't want to fly commercial. Why have you said that you won't fly commercial? You said that it's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons. Why do you think that?
No, listen to me just a second. Not the people. The main reason is because of the need. If I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
Certainly. Well, if you'd like to come out here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listening to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah. Now, thank you, Lord. Help me. Let me pray this.
Well, let me just ask you a really simple question. A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
Very simple. It takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have brought over 100, let's see, the latest figures just came out, 122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ. Let me give you another example. Last May, I was scheduled for Lagos, Nigeria. That's a long ways. I had a week off, and I was scheduled for Peru. And I prayed about it, and I thought, I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem. Without the airplane that we have, that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. And Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
Well, my question then, okay, all right, but I want to get to the demons, because people are very concerned about that.
Listen, this is for entertainment purposes only. So we in the age of boiling, right? What happened to the ice wall? Why haven't we been hearing anything about the ice wall? I find it kind of suspicious how they going radio silent. So I start doing research. So there's chunks of the ice wall that are now popping up all over the world.
For anyone wanting some perspective, take a look at the birds that are flying next to this thing.
Listen to what he about to say.
It's probably about 200 feet high, and that's just about 15% of what's sticking out of the water. The rest is down below, like an ice wall, drifting through the ocean, currently heading east, toward the South Orkney Islands. Kinda wouldn't believe it.
And as this ice wall melts, now we are going to be connected to these other realms. Don't y'all find it suspicious how we all of a sudden are starting to see all these creatures now? And I'm just saying, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Follow me for more wisdom. Hit that plus button and stay tuned.
Joe, I've been on air 22 years. I don't get into aliens, metaphysical, religion, any of that. I've studied the elite, and I've also communicated with a lot of the top people. And if you want to know, I will actually break down right now the best knowledge right now what's happening on the planet.
What's happening?
The elite are all about transcendence and living forever and the secrets of the universe, and they want to know all this. Some are good, some are bad, some are a mix. But the good ones don't ever want to organize. The bad ones tend to want to organize because they lust after power. Powerful consciousnesses don't want to dominate other people. They want to empower them, so they don't tend to get together until things are really late in the game. Then they come together. Evil's always defeated because good is so much stronger. And we're on this planet, and Einstein's physics showed it, Max Planck's physics showed it, there's at least 12 dimensions. And now that's why all the top scientists and billionaires are coming out saying it's a false hologram. It is artificial. The computers are scanning it and finding tension points where it's artificially projected and gravity's bleeding in to this universe. That's what they call dark matter. So we're like a thought or a dream that's a wisp in some computer program, some God's mind, whatever. They're proving it all. It's all coming out. Now, there's like this sub-transmission zone below the third dimension that's just turned over to the most horrible things is what it resonates to. And it's trying to get up into the third dimension that's just a basic level consciousness to launch into the next levels. And our species is already way up in the fifth, sixth dimension, consciously our best people. But there's this big war trying to like basically destroy humanity because humanity has free will and there's a decision to which level we want to go to. We have free will, so evil's allowed to come and contend, not just good. And the elites themselves believe they're racing using human technology to try to take our best minds and build some type of breakaway civilization where they're going to merge with machines, transcend, and break away from the failed species that is man, which is kind of like a false transmission because they're thinking what they are is ugly and bad, projecting it onto themselves instead of believing, no, it's a human test about building us up. And so Google was set up 18, 19 years ago. I knew about this before it was declassified. I'm just saying I have good sources. That they wanted to build a giant artificial system. And Google believes that the first artificial intelligence will be a supercomputer based on the neuron activities of the hive mind of humanity with billions of people wired into it with the Internet of Things. And so all of our thoughts go into it, and we're actually building a computer that has real neurons in real time that's also psychically connected to us, that are organic creatures, so that they will have current prediction powers, future prediction powers, a true crystal ball. But the big secret is, once you have a crystal ball and know the future, you can add stimuli beforehand and make decisions that control the future. And so then it's the end of consciousness and free will for individuals, as we know, and a true 2.0 in a very bad way, hive mind consciousness with an AI jacked into everyone, knowing our hopes and dreams, delivering it to us, not in some PKD wirehead system where we plug in and give up on consciousness because of unlimited pleasure, but because we were already wired in and absorbed before we knew it by giving over our consciousness to this system by our daily decisions that it was able to manipulate and control into a larger system. There's now a human counterstrike taking place to shut this off before it gets fully into place and to block these systems and to try to have an actual debate about where humanity goes and cut off the pedophiles and psychic vampires that are in control of this AI system before humanity's destroyed.
Of AI? How'd the pedophiles get in control of AI?
The pedophiles at a whatever level, the devil, whatever you want to call it, this interdimensional thing that gives them advanced off-world technology, the fallen one that's not of this world, is giving them advanced knowledge on how to construct these systems that have already been used before on other populations.
What?
Is that Satan?
But what are you talking about?
That's Satan.
18 trillion in U.S. Treasury dumped by the BRICS members China, Brazil, India, and the UAE in 1 month. And then I'm telling people like, hey, I think we should be getting like prepared for this shit if y'all don't see what's going on. And people's response is, we didn't have this happen before. We ain't ever had 18 trillion US dollars dumped in 1 month. We ain't ever had BRICS countries aligned together to dump and to de-dollarize the motherfucking dollar. This is a whole new ball game that we're talking about. And then we gonna go here again. I'm pulling it back up the picture. U.S. national debt hits 33 trillion for the first time. That means it has never, ever hit 33 trillion ever in history. I'm saying all that to say, y'all think this shit sweet if y'all want to, and keep going to work and keep doing what y'all doing and don't prepare for this shit. But when shit hit the fan, wisdom told your ass. Yeah, so let me know what y'all think about them BRICS countries dumping 18 trillion US dollars in 1 month in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. I cannot make this shit up. A United Kingdom school has appointed an AI robot as the principal. We're going into some strange times. So you mean to tell me, out of all the humans, the qualified humans that's in the United Kingdoms, you had to use an AI robot? So many questions. How would this AI robot conduct itself dealing with certain situations and certain kids with behavior problems? Sure, it can be smart, but does it have the emotional intelligence that you need to deal with certain kids? Think about it. If you got rolled up by a robot, how would that conversation go? You have been very naughty. According to my database, the algorithm says that you will need to spend 3 weeks in in-school suspension to learn your lesson. No, seriously, this is what we have come to in 2023, where we have AI robotic principals. Let me know what y'all think about AI robots becoming principals in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
It's being reported that Russia, China, and Iran have been having a lot of talks lately. And it seems like they're centering on the Israeli-Hamas war. And these reports are all over the media, worldwide. Russia and China have had discussions over this war, and then they've done it out in public. Heck, Russia's foreign minister just went to Iran to have talks. Could these three countries be getting ready to take sides in the Israeli-Hamas war? Well, it's being reported that Iran has been giving Hamas weapons.
Rocket-propelled grenades, landmines, and munitions, and mortars made by Hamas financier, Iran.
This is homemade by Iran. This is for sure not was stolen from some kind of garage.
Yeah, so this shows Iranian support of Hamas.
Yeah, I'm sure about it.
More rockets.
If that report is true, and Russia and China are talking with Iran, I bet you can guess what side they're on. Senator Mitch McConnell decided to come out of his shell this week and call the three countries the new axis of evil. With major countries around the world picking sides in this thing, Elon Musk just said he's concerned this could lead to World War III. So on one side you would have at least Iran, Russia, China, Hamas, Hezbollah. On the other side you would have at least Israel, United States, Canada, Australia, and the UK. That's a lot of countries in the world. Now, I'm not saying this is leading to a world war, but this is actually seriously something that I'm concerned about. Oh yeah, one more thing. Israel just vowed to teach the UN a lesson. I have a bad feeling this whole thing is about to get a lot worse. And I seriously hope and pray that I'm wrong. Shabadoo, Booshkies. Shabadoo.
Robot. That's a robot. AI.
What are anacondas? Anaconda is the largest snake on Earth. So you have reticulated pythons in Southeast Asia. They're actually longer, but anacondas are these massive boas. They give live birth, and unlike a lot of other species, so an anaconda starts off, a little 2-foot anaconda, just a little thicker than your finger, a little baby, and they're food for cane toads, herons, crocodiles, you name it. They're pretty harmless, defenseless. But as they grow, they're eating the fish, they're eating the crocs, and then they grow a little more and they're eating things like capybara, and they're eating larger prey, and then at the end of their life, a female anaconda, you're talking about a 25, 30 foot, 300, 400 pound snake with a head bigger than a football. And these things, that means that they impact the entire ecosystem, which is very unique.
Moves up the food chain to become basically
an apex predator.
Yeah, apex predator.
The apex predator of the rivers. And so
that's so interesting. It's just eating your way up the food chain.
Eating your way up the food chain, if you can survive. And like they, they're constantly at war with everything else.
Can I blow your mind right now? Chris is laughing because he knows where I'm going with this. Okay, there's not a single video of Abraham Lincoln. I'm serious. Look it up. Go on YouTube. Okay? Think about that. He's one of the most famous Americans in history. He's the first president. He made slavery illegal. And there's no video. You can look it up. There's no videos of Abraham Lincoln. And every time I say that, someone goes, no. There's gotta be. He's Abraham Lincoln. None. So then you start to ask yourself, and if you really want to go down this rabbit hole with me here, just bear with me. Who's controlling what we get to see a video of and what there is no video of, right? Because there's no videos of Abraham Lincoln, but I can go on YouTube right now. And you can do it. And you can watch behind-the-scenes footage of Paul Giamatti recording his lines for the Ant Bully, right? But there's no videos of Joan of Arc. Can I blow your mind right now? Chris is laughing because he knows where I'm going with this. Okay, there's not a single video of Abraham Lincoln. I'm serious. Look it up. Go on YouTube. Okay? Think about that. He's one of the most famous Americans in history. He's the first president. He made slavery illegal. And there's no video. You can look it up. There's no videos of Abraham Lincoln. And every time I say that, someone goes, no. There's gotta be. He's Abraham Lincoln. None. So then you start to ask yourself, and if you really want to go down this rabbit hole with me here, just bear with me. Who's controlling what we get to see a video of and what there is no video of, right? Because there's no videos of Abraham Lincoln, but I can go on YouTube right now. And you can do it. And you can watch behind-the-scenes footage of Paul Giamatti recording his lines for the Ant Bully, right? But there's no videos of Joan of Arc. Can I?
I just shot and killed the kids, and I shot my wife.
What address
I'm going to shoot myself now.
Sir, what address you at?
What?
What address you at?
450 South First Street, St. Charles. I'm going to kill myself now, too.
Sir.
I'm dead, and I'm killing myself.
Sir. So 450 South First Street in St. Charles? Sir, stay on the line with me.
Okay, man.
Sir. Hello? I just heard a shot in the back. Sir. Sir. Yeah.
911.
Please, come here, now!
Where do you need help at?
St. Charles.
Where in St. Charles?
Oh my God, my husband shot my kids.
Okay, I need to know where you are. I can help you, but I need help. Where are you?
I don't know. Not 406. Please help me.
Okay, ma'am, what address are you at?
Open the door. Call 911.
Ma'am, what address are you at? Ma'am, where are you at?
Sir.
Ma'am, I can help you, but I need to know where you are. Ma'am, I can help you, but I need to know where you're at.
Please call 911. Please, I can't remember my address.
Okay, could it be 450 South First Street?
450 South First Street. Yes.
Okay, what apartment?
Call ambulance. Call ambulance.
Okay, we're gonna headed that way. What apartment are you in?
406. My girls are dead.
406? Okay, stay on the phone. I'm gonna get an ambulance headed that way. Yep, we're gonna be on our way. Don't hang up, okay?
Oh my God! My God!
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to talk to the medics. Don't hang up, okay?
I'm going to die. My God. I'm going to... Oh my God. Please. My God, I'm dead. Oh my God.
medics on their way. Can you confirm the phone number you're calling me from? Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I got medics on their way, okay? Where's the bad guy at?
He's in the back room, and I don't know what he's done.
He's in the back room?
He's in my God, just get over here now.
Okay, they're on their way, okay? I got medics on their way. I got officers on their way. The offender's in the back room. Ma'am, do you know where the gun is?
I don't know if he has it. Please just get over here. I don't want to answer you any more questions. He shot me.
Okay, ma'am, where are you shot at?
I don't know my life.
Okay, and again, that's... Okay, ma'am, and you're in apartment 406, correct?
Yes!
All right, we got officers coming up now. I need to know where he is. Are you safe where you are?
I don't... Please, my girls, my God, Betsy!
Okay, ma'am. They're on their...
This is why you should not go to sleep with your phone. Your phone has small amounts of radiation that can affect the way you sleep, especially if you're charging your phone while you're sleeping too. This is because it can overheat and cause burns to your skin. And this is a real picture of a phone that burned through a pillow while somebody was sleeping. Your phone also produces something called blue light, which can affect your internal clock. This is because your brain produces a hormone called melatonin. Well, that blue light blocks that chemical, which can also negatively affect the way you sleep. Going to sleep with your phone can also be the reason you're waking up in a bad mood, because your phone is putting you through so much while you're sleeping that your body wasn't able to fully reset itself. Now, if you're struggling with remembering your dreams, your phone can also be the reason. But there's a solution to all these problems. First off, charge your phone away from your bed, and to remember all your dreams, start writing them down. These 2 steps can change the entire quality of your sleep, allowing you to remember everything and sleep great. And I made you a dream journal to make this process 10 times easier. Just click right here, it'll take you directly to the website so you can get it for yourself. Enjoy your better sleep, and y'all stay conscious. This is why you should...
Did you know that Vladimir Putin, the Russian's president, he's passed a law that any Russian who grows or sells genetically modified foods is to be considered a terrorist. He's even giving land away to Russians who will grow food organically, non-GMO. You put his name and GMO in Google app. He says, we Russians look across at the West, over-vaccinated, over-medicated, overfed, sitting in front of boxes every night in their lounge rooms, eating food that has no nutrients, he said, and we know it's weakening the West. Is he right? Unfortunately, Monsanto is so powerful and so wealthy and so big, they win every court case. So how do you know? Well, you don't, unless you buy organic. So grow as much as you can yourself. 1 organic tomato will give you 9 times the iron of a conventionally grown tomato. So you get much more value for your money.
That looks like a reptilian eye to me.
It is said that during World War II, soldiers once fixed prisoners of war on bamboo that was about to break through the ground. Within a day, prisoners of war will be penetrated by rapidly growing bamboo. To confirm this rumor, Jamie and Adam found sturdy and sharp gold inlaid jade bamboo, and prisoners of war directly used silicone, which has a very similar resistance to human skin. Instead, after the dummy is made, they built a greenhouse on the roof. Already, they fixed the dummy above the bamboo. As time goes by, that night, the bamboo pierced the dummy. By the 3rd day, a large section had already been pierced in, and for the next 2 weeks, bamboo did not continue to grow, but it withers directly. At the same time, they found that the gel on the dummy was slightly melted. That's when they realized it. Perhaps the high temperature in the greenhouse caused the bamboo to die, so they switched to an outdoor field for testing again. This is their last chance, because the growth period of bamboo is about to end. But surprisingly, this time, bamboo only penetrated the dummy's chest in 3 days. Then the bamboo continued to grow. By the 20th day, it had grown to 3.6 meters tall. It can be seen from this that, during World War II, really, there is such terrible torture. It is said that during...
Impress your wife.
Okay, you said the TV's not working?
Yeah, it's not working.
Okay, I want to see what we can do.
The AC's not working.
The what?
The sink's not working.
Big
I'll do
sink.
anything you want. What do you need?
You want to get me a beer
Okay.
and some chips?
Okay.
It's going to take me a while.
Okay. Julie has something for you.
Oh, thank you. So I changed the flex capacitor on the AC, changed the alternator on the TV.
Random facts. There are only 2 people alive that know the recipe to Coca-Cola, and they aren't allowed to travel on the same plane in case it crashes. A giraffe's heart is about 2 feet long. 40 is the only number that is spelt with letters arranged in alphabetical order. The temperature -40 degrees Celsius is equal to -40 degrees Fahrenheit, and this number represents the only temperature that is the same in both Celsius and Fahrenheit. Did you know TikTok knows who your crush is? Just click the share button and it's the first person to appear on WhatsApp. It takes around 3,000 cows to supply enough leather for a full season's worth of NFL footballs. The average person spends about 25 years of their life asleep. You are probably in the background of hundreds of people's photos. Redheads typically need about 20% more anesthesia than people with different hair color. A cockroach can live for 9 days without its head before it finally dies of starvation. Random.
Yo! Did y'all know that it's 100% illegal to try to communicate with dolphins at your local nearby beach? Did you know that if you get caught doing this, you can get fined up to $100,000 or sent to jail for up to a year? Now, the video clip I'm about to show you is for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, entertainment purposes only. And it has me raising eyebrows on what's the real reason why they've made it illegal to try to communicate with dolphins. Use your own discernment, comment below, but let's discuss it. This video you're about to watch is quite an eyebrow raiser.
Dr. Paul Spahn was trained in he was trained in a college to be a whale trainer, and he became the whale trainer at the Vancouver Zoo, and he started training his killer whale there. But then after about a year, he began to realize that the whale was training him. It became real obvious to him. He says, wait a minute, the whale's actually, having more influence on his life than he's having on that one. And the whale got him to tell him about all the whales that were being killed all over the world, and started to influence him to stop the whaling in the world. So what did he do? He started Greenpeace. He was the founder of Greenpeace. He got the 6 people together. It's one table, which I got to introduce with each one of these people, and got them to go out and start this movement. And he went out on the ships, and he'd been arrested like 100 times. He'd go out on these ships and just start shutting down everything. And they'd arrest him, trying to get him stopped. And they did. They eventually got to stop the whaling in I don't know how many countries. There's like lots and lots of countries that Greenpeace has stopped all of this on. And one day he came to me and he said, the whales told him, he says that he believed that he was in direct communication with them telepathically, that he could just talk to them. He could tell them in his head to do any of the things that he wanted them to do in the water, and they would just do it. And he got to the place where he just knew that it was just like talking. And they told him that there was no such thing as an individual whale or an individual dolphin in the world, that they were really cells in a larger body of consciousness. And that communication occurred, that all there had to be, if there was a dolphin, there only needed to be another dolphin within a 1,000-mile radius. And that dolphin could communicate to the whole through that one. In other words, they did have a 1,000-mile limit in their communication. And this whale wanted to prove this to him. He says, I will prove to you that this is true. So he asked me if he could have my house. I had a house in 450 miles inland on this place called Kootenai Lake. And he says, can I borrow your house for the winter? So I gave it to him. And he went in, and he was going to set up a sensory deprivation tank to float in there to get still enough to be able to make the communication, but he never even put it together. And so I came back a few months later, 3 or 4 months later, and he had removed a few walls of my house. It was a funny feeling, I'll tell you. And put these windows there that weren't there before and things. It was really beautiful, but it was shocking. And he had still not made contact. He said, I need more time. And I said, well, okay. So, but I was there, so we were all living together. Him and his wife were living there, and me and my wife were living there, and my kids. And about 2 weeks later, he used to have, though if anybody who knows Dr. Paul Spahn, you know Paul Spahn? Yeah. He's got kind of short hair now, and he looks very kind of professional-like. But he used to have really long hair and a really long beard, and in those days. And he came into the room one morning after about 2 weeks, and he had shaved his beard off on one side of his head, and he cut the hair short on one side of his head. And I said to Paul, I know something's up. I'm sure of it. He says, yeah, I made contact last night. And he says, I'm sure that I did. I did it. And he says, they told me that I was going to be a large influence in the world in all of this, and that I had to look respectable. He says, so today is my transition day. So for that day, he walked around half and half, and the next day he shaved off the other side. And what they told him is the way they were going to prove it was, he said that he was to go to this bay north of Vancouver, a very specific spot, and he was to go there with video equipment and everything so that he could prove what was about to happen. And he was to tell his people, he had a whole group of people that worked with him, he was to tell them what was to happen so that there would be like no backing out of this whole thing. And that on a certain day, at a certain time, which I think was 12 noon on a certain day, all the whales, of which there were about 100 of them, of a certain species, would come into this bay, would swim up to the shoreline, lift out of the water, and look him in the eyes. And that's exactly what happened. He went up there with about 30 people, and they put their microphones in the water and everything, and they sat around and they waited for this time. And sure enough, all these whales came swimming up to the shore, lifted out, and looked him in the eyes. And obviously, he was never the same after that. He started the Orca Lab, which was started in that very spot, and he's been totally merged into whale research ever since then, and on his own, not using through the governments or anything else like he did before. And he spends all his time, I taught him how to play the silver flute, and spends all his time out in canoes with them, playing flutes to them, and communicating with them, that he's now learned how to do. And so the whales they have an extraordinary level of awareness. We can't really talk about it because when later I'm going to try to tell you, when I talk about the electromagnetic spectrum and light and all these other kinds of things when we get into this.
Did you know that this Bible prophecy is happening right before your eyes? The Bible mentions in the book of Revelation, the Euphrates River, that before Jesus returns to the earth and destroys the earth, this river here will completely dry up. And this is the current state of the Euphrates River. It's drying up. But wait, there's much more. The Bible tells us that God has imprisoned 4 fallen angels at the bottom of the Euphrates River, and when that river dries up, they will be free and slaughter 1/3 of mankind. And this is the current state of the Euphrates River. It's safe to say it's only a matter of time until those angels are released. If you want to keep up with Bible prophecy, make sure to follow for more.
This is massive. The president of Israel has just announced that the country is now at war after they were hit with an unprecedented coordinated attack from Palestine. This morning, air raid sirens ushered through Israeli cities as they claimed 2,500 rockets were launched from Gaza. Reports then started coming out that dozens of gunmen from the Palestinian militant group Hamas appeared to have infiltrated southern Israel in a surprise attack. Now, what separates this from past conflicts is that the vast majority of previous incidents have been with rockets, mostly because of the absolutely massive barbed wire wall that separates the two regions. But today, there have been actual infiltrations from a large but unconfirmed number of Palestinian militants. Hamas's military commander called it a declaration that enough is enough and urged Palestinians, saying, if you have a gun, get it out. This is the time to use it. Get out with trucks, cars, and axes. Videos then quickly started emerging showing individuals entering the country by ground, sea, and reportedly even paragliders. Israeli officials immediately ordered all residents to stay indoors, and according to on-the-ground journalist 𝓑ᴇʟᴇᴠ and Israeli media, Hamas militants have taken control over small towns along the border with civilians still inside. So far, Israel's health ministry said that more than 500 people have been injured and 22 have died in today's attacks. Now, in response, Israel have ordered an extensive mobilization of their reserve troops, with the country's president saying the enemy will pay a price he has never known. They have also started communications with the US and the UK, with Rishi Sunak tweeting calling the group terrorists and said Israel has the absolute right to defend itself. Experts are predicting a fast-paced, deadly next few days. So of course, as always, I'll try and keep you updated as this all unfolds.
A long time ago, we arrived on this planet after a very long journey. Our ship was heavily damaged, but we were in luck. We had found a planet with air and water and life. My fool of a brother was in charge. He ordered us to try and make contact with the locals. I told him it was a mistake. Of course, I was proven right.
Could this be the story of the Anunnaki that the ancient Sumerians have said? Or just a bunch of nonsense which was made for fun? Though if it were real, I can't imagine just how it would affect our world today. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only.
We were the only intelligent creatures on the planet. It was ours. We studied the flora and fauna, while the others obsessed over big game. I focused on the small. A new order had arisen, the primates. Then, I did something I knew my brother would never understand. I stole some of our precious Aurelia and gave it to my two favorites, Adam and Eve. I could have waited, let nature take its course. But why not give evolution a nudge? But I learned soon that the paradise was doomed. My brother ordered us to take our ship and move underground. You see, the Earth is hollow.
Not every parent is a parent. Not every dad is a dad. Not every mom is a mom. However, just because some parents do not do what is asked of them to do as parents, that does not mean every parent is in the same scale. There are great parents. There are very good mom and dad with very great values in them and principle and morals in them. And they want to raise their kids in the right manner. But what is happening out there in the world, they are being bombarded, those kids are being bombarded with lies, my beloveds. Listen guys, they are brainwashing everyone. The social media platform is doing a great job in giving you nothing but lies. But Jesus will always remain the ruler over every nation. Yes, in this country, you can go out and live on your own. And no one can stop you. The law says parents cannot stop you. Someone like me cannot stop you. But I'll tell you one thing. You go and live on your own and let me see where you're going to end up. Anyone that does not listen to Jesus Christ will end up in darkness, in a very bad place.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. If you liked, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you want to keep watching more. Make sure to click that notification button.